What's up, guys? NepentheZ here, and welcome to 60 to 41 for the top 100 player ratings. I tell you what, I literally took the briefest of brief looks at the screenshot that EA provided, and my God, these players. I don't even know how there's still 40 people left because this is looking good. This is looking good. Anyway, guys, welcome to the video. If you're enjoying these player ratings, drop a thumbs up for me. If you guys want to see later on tonight a squad builder of like a day one overpowered, I'm rich as hell, I've bumped 1 billion FIFA points into FIFA kind of squad builder, not me personally, but just those that can, drop a thumbs up on this video. Let me know in the comment section below. Let us start with Sadio Mane. Mane, the Senegalese winger, has exploded onto the scene in recent seasons. Exploded, brilliant, because of pace, fantastic. Impressing for both club and country. His 94 pace and 87 dribbling and 80 shooting ratings were on display when he scored against Real Madrid in the UEFA Champions League final. Just as they had all been all season, as Mane played a key role in Liverpool's devastating attack. Now, first things first, ask questions last. His weak foot has been upgraded from a 3-star to a 4-star. That is fantastic. He, like most other wingers, he's got a two overall upgrade from an 84 to an 86. He, like most other wingers that we've seen so far, has been upgraded in pace by 1, his dribbling by 2, his defending by 6, his shooting by 2, his passing and physical have both been downgraded by 2. Generally speaking, this definitely looks like it will be a very strong card this year. 4-star, 4-star, insane pace and dribbling, especially if/when he gets informs and special cards and so on and so forth. He's going to be amazing. He is going to be amazing. We got next, guys, Ivan Perisic. So for me, just one of the most overpowered cards in the game in recent years, actually. His Festival of Fuck card last year was unreal. His card last year in general was very good. Not often used, and I don't know why, because people love Heung-min Son, and he has very similar ins and outs to Son. 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. Nice and tall at 6'1". I think he might actually be, I think Son might be only 6 foot. And he's got an incredibly well-rounded card. Okay, he has medium work rates, but for a midfielder, he would actually work very well. Not necessarily as a winger, but then again, player instructions do work. So Ivan Perisic, guys, has the same pace. He's lost 1 dribbling. He's lost 1 shooting. His passing remains. He has gained 19 defensive stats, and he's gained 2 physical stats. And let me tell you again, with this card, now he had a whole bunch of central base cards last year in FIFA. Looking at this, he had his Footies cam cards, he had his Screamer cam cards, and then he had a left forward Festival of Fuck card. But generally, once 1 or 2 informs come for this guy, again, once that defending gets up towards 68, 70, and those physicals in the low 80s, the shooting and passing in the mid 80s, the pace and dribbling in the high 80s, low 90s, this is going to be an absolutely incredible card with that 5-star weak foot. And another Calcio A card or Serie A card that is looking to be absolutely incredible. We then move on, guys, to Raf of Iran, and much like Manolas, it looks like he's had a very deserved upgrade in pace. One of the quickest players in world football. 6'3", medium high work rates. Let me tell you something about this card and why he's going to be absolutely unreal. He already fits the perfect meta for everything. He's got the perfect work rates, the perfect height, absolutely insane pace and defending. And if his dribbling, which is the same as last year, he'll have decent reactions. So very early games, specifically for the first 3-4 months, he will be an absolutely huge card. Despite his youth, the French defender has earned a starting role for the biggest club in Europe and the reigning World Cup champions. His performances for Real Madrid and France come down to his incredible versatility as a centre-back. Not only does Varane excel as a defender in the traditional sense, he is also quick on his feet, able to support the midfield and attack, and track back quickly to thwart counter-attacks. So he has had a 5 pace upgrade, which you can't argue. Generally speaking, obviously we dove into this deeply yesterday. Generally speaking, pace has been downgraded across midfielders and defenders specifically. Manolas and Varane are exceptions to that, and rightly so. So he's been given a good 5 pace upgrade. His passing, shooting, and dribbling remain the same. He's also been given a 2 defending upgrade and a 1 physical upgrade and a much deserved card. That actually looks like an incredibly usable, incredibly overpowered card. I love it. Next up, we have got Giro Immobile, an 87 rated card for him. He's gone upgraded from an 82 to an 85 last year and now up to an 87 after a sensational season in which he put on a scoring masterclass in the Serie A last year. Immobile is set to have another brilliant year with Lazio, even though he's well-rounded forward with a respectable 82 pace and dribbling ratings. Immobile's status as a pure world-class finishing is exemplified by his 87 shooting. And what he has, which is amazing, again, especially for early game, is he's just very well rounded. And what's really interesting is, although he's been downgraded in pace from an 83 down to an 82, if his pace is like it was last year, he has really high sprint speed. And so once you do apply a hunter, like if you applied a hunter to him last year, he went up to 93 acceleration and 97 sprint speed. So even though he has relatively low base card stats pace, because of the way his in-game stats actually work, it's an amazing card. And last year he had 86 shooting, upgraded now to 87. And so once again, with a hunter, he went to 95 pace, 95 shooting. Those are amazing stats, with a 4-star weak foot, being nice and tall and having decent dribbling stats at 82, decent physicals at 76, which have actually been downgraded this year. This card, like, this is another Serie A card that I think we're going to see absolutely pummel people. Now, the only difference is that last year he was an 82 coming into an 85. This year he's an 87 base card, and so because of that, he might be really difficult to pack. He might be really expensive in spite of his perceived low pace. Next up, guys, we've got Alexis Sanchez. Alexis Sanchez coming in from an 89 last year. He's down to an 87 this year. Still got the high work rates. Still has a 3-star, 4-star. He has lost a fair few stats, actually. He's been downgraded by 4 pace, which, I mean, so there, you know, the forums were like, I kind of like, I spoke about it yesterday where I said I think we've got a global downgrade in pace. I think EA are just generally reducing pace, and somebody said I didn't take into consideration that older players are getting older and thus they reduce pace. I think it's fair to say in this day and age, 30 to 31 years old is considered the prime for a player. Some people hit their prime sooner, some people hit their prime later, but generally speaking, around that age, maybe even as low as 28 all the way up to 31 is players in the prime of their career. And what I found is that 65 or so % of the players that have had pace reductions are 30 years old or younger. And Alexis Sanchez fits into that mold. He will be 30 years old this year. He is still currently 29 years old, and he has dropped 4 pace points. So it goes to show that even though it actually appears that wingers are being upgraded in pace, Sanchez is another one that has had a pace drop. He's also had a shooting drop from 84 to 83, a passing drop from 80 to 79, a physical drop from 78 to 77. He's gone up in 5 defending, and then his dribbling stats are 89 versus 89. So all in all, it will be interesting to see what his in-game pace stats are, because, for example, like Chiron Mobley has 82 pace, Immobile has really high sprint speed, yeah, and relatively low acceleration, but because the Hunter gives a plus 15 acceleration and only a plus 10 sprint speed, it balances it really well and makes him a super rapid player. Alexis Sanchez actually has lower sprint speed than Chiron Mobley. Even when he had 86 pace last year, he had 84 sprint speed and 88 acceleration. And so applying like a Hunter Chem style was kind of a relative waste, because you was wasting stats. You was already capped for stats. The fact he's been reduced 4 pace points, it looks like he'll probably go down to something like 80 sprint speed and 84 acceleration. So although a Hunter Chem style will take him up to 99 acceleration, it will take him up to 94 sprint speed. It will take him up to 90 sprint speed, and that won't be as quick as what people think it will be. Or maybe it will, I don't know, because he has got a high dribbling, so he's got really good agility and balance. He might still feel rapid, I don't even know. Bottom line is he's been reduced in pace. But again, because of how chem styles work, although he's been reduced in pace, it's the capping of stats that kind of negates a lot of the pace that he's lost, because the acceleration from a Hunter will still boost him up to 99 sprint speed. 99 acceleration. So all he's really lost is a tiny bit of sprint speed. Man, chem styles are so overpowered, aren't they? Some people will also tell you that chem styles don't even work. Next up, we've got Koulibaly. Now, the 84 Koulibaly last year was great because he was cheap, relatively, and had amazing stats. Koulibaly coming in at 6'2", he has been shortened by 3 inches, apparently. He's come from 6'5 down to 6'2. He's still got his high work rates. He's still got the 2-star, but he'll still be a menace in defence. Very fast. He has dropped 1 pace point, which goes in line with our overall centre-backs losing pace. He's gained 3 defending, though, and he's got the same physical. He's gained 3 passing, 3 dribbling, has the same shooting, quite like Manavas. You know, his shooting's absolutely terrible. But yeah, Koulibaly, another Calcio A card that is going to be absolutely ridiculous. But another card that EA have given a huge overall upgrade to. I wonder if they've done that with certain players to make them less OP and cheap. You know, Koulibaly from an 84 to an 87, in spite of the fact that his defensive stats and his stats in general haven't really changed all that much. I wonder if that's literally just to make him less common so that you get a feel of, oh, this is an 87 rated card. Okay, that makes sense. I wonder if that's the case. And we've seen the same thing with Chiron Mobley. You know, he's gone from an 82 to an 85 up to an 87 in spite of the fact that his stats haven't really changed that much. Is that just to make the overpowered middle players, the 83s, 84s, 85s that were stupidly broken, is that just to make them rarer or more expensive so that you think that when you've got them that it makes sense that they're playing that good? I don't know. Next up, we've got Dries Mertens. Now, you guys know I'm not the hugest fan of short players, but Dries Mertens, year on year, continues to be one of those guys that is just absolutely mesmeric. He remains 87 rated. He keeps the 4-star, and he keeps high-low work rates. And high-low work rates, I think, in this game, or at least in FIFA 18, were just absolutely broken. He's lost 1 pace point again. He's also lost 1 passing. He's also lost 1 physical. He's also lost 2 defending. So he's actually had a downgrade. But this is, again, an absolutely broken card that, again, comes from the Serie A. I said this before, and I'll say it again. I think for the first time since, I think, FIFA 14... when we had the likes of, who was it? It was the 2 strikers that we had, the 2 Italian guys. God, why can't my brain work right now? I'll think of them in due course. Micheli and the other guy. Can't remember, but anyway, you guys know who I'm talking about. We used to have like insane Calcio A or Serie A players, and then EA just deaded that league, and there was like only a handful of OP usable players every year. This year, it seems like there's going to be teams and teams and teams worth of incredible players from the Calcio A, and then when you look to leagues like the Bundesliga or La Liga, because they've nerfed so heavily the pace in midfielders and defenders, generally speaking, it makes a lot of the overpowered players from years gone by in those leagues just not very good anymore. So Dries Mertens there, a general downgrade, but still an overpowered card. Next up, we get ourselves another Calcio A card. I don't think Icardi is going to be one of those guys that is overly used, just because of the fact that he has quite low pace and he's quite heavy in his dribbling as well. You know, he's got relatively low balance and agility based on his 86 card last year. He's gone from an 84 to an 86 up now to an 87. He's actually lost 1 pace point, but he's gained 1 dribbling point. His shooting remains the same. His passing, physical remains the same, and he's had an upgrade in defending from 28 to 36 there. He's going to need a fair few informs to become usable, unless pace isn't relevant in this game. But he, again, has had a pace downgrade. Okay, only by 1, but a downgrade's a downgrade. Next up, guys, we look at Keylor Navas, up to an 87 rated. Keylor Navas coming up from an 85 to an 87. He has gained 3 diving. He has gained 3 kicking. He's gained 2 positioning, and he's gained 5 reflexes. However, he's lost 1 handling, but 90 diving, 90 reflexes, amazing. I'd be very interested to see what importance, like obviously last year, saves with feet trait and reflexes seem to be the most important stats for goalkeepers. He has reflexes and diving in abundance. Be interesting to see how he fares in game. Is he going to be another one of these high-rated dud goalkeepers because he doesn't have saves with feet trait or because his handling isn't great? Or is he going to be a beast because he just reacts to everything so quickly? Next up, guys, we've got an absolute monster, a future icon, a future 99 rated superstar, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I'm not biased, definitely not, just because I'm an Arsenal fan. He's been downgraded from an 88 to an 87. He's been downgraded in pace, which is quite surprising because he is still very, 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 very fast. He's been downgraded to an 87, but he's been upgraded in skill moves. He's now 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, 6'2", medium-low work rates. I don't think that's necessarily representative of him at all. I think high-low would probably be better. In fact, high-medium would be better. I've seen him for Arsenal tracking back quite a lot. But 4-star, 4-star on a guy with that pace and that shooting, this is going to be a menace, isn't he? He's going to be a menace. He's lost 2 pace, he's lost 1 dribbling, he's got the same shooting, same passing, and he's lost 1 physical with the same defending. But I still think that he's going to be an absolute monster in the game. You know, he's just going to be beast. He's 6'2" as well. Like, he's everything that was overpowered in FIFA 18, but you never actually saw him used, which is really surprising. And I think that's just because of the dribbling. He's relatively heavy in agility and balance, so even though he's fast in straight line speeds, he wasn't always great to actually play with. But with now the 4-star, 4-star, this could be one of the best strikers in the game this year. We move on, guys, to Andres Iniesta. He remains an 87 rated card. Although he has been downgraded, he's still got his 4-star, 4-star. He's gone down 2 pace, same shooting, same passing, down 1 physical, up 3 defending. But again, that seems to be in line with the whole reworking of the defensive stats, I think. And then he's got the same dribbling. By and large, the same card as last year. By and large, still unusable because, you know, good pace and good passing on a player isn't relevant enough in FIFA. And so, other than, you know, his end of era card last year was amazing, but I don't think this card is going to be used. It will be cannon fodder for SBCs. We then moved, guys, to Jordi Alba, an 87 rated centre back for the 2nd year running. He has held his pace, he has held his dribbling, he has been downgraded by 1 in shooting, by 3 in defending, and by 2 in physical. He's been upgraded by 2 in passing. I don't think that's fair. Barcelona obviously dominated league football last season. I know he's an attacking-minded fullback, but they haven't even given him great stats for an attacking-minded fullback. Like, they've dropped his shooting, they've upped his passing. I mean, he'll still be overpowered, but he still won't be the used left back because I think Alexandro just offers more as a fullback, and I think he'll be utilised more. But Jordi Alba next to Ramos or next to Varane, he's going to be an absolute monster, that's for sure. Next up, guys, we've got Jan Vertonghen. And he's going to be another absolute waste of space because he's got a lack of pace. He's been upgraded, guys, from an 85 to an 87, but he has been downgraded by 4 pace. Just logic there is insane. He's also been downgraded by 2 shooting. He's gone up 1 passing. He's gone down 2 physical, but he's gone up 3 defending. I'm really, really excited to get hold of the full database and just have a look at what the in-game stats for these cards are, because I want to see what EA have changed with defending and physical and why there seems to be just a switch in a lot of players getting an upgrade in defending and a lot of players getting a downgrade in physical. I'd like to see what they've done and why. If the stats are just the same but they've weighted them differently, or if they've actually changed the stats in game and there's more importance on like certain stats within the game. I don't know, but Jan Vertonghen, guys, way too slow to be useful at this stage in the game. Even his card last year, you know, his team of the season, by the time it came out with 75 pace, wasn't good enough. So this for me is just a largely unusable card. And we move then on to Umtiti, who will be a very usable card with that 72 pace. He has been also upgraded from an 83 to an 87. And dare I say it once again, I feel like a broken record. I'm sure I'm annoying a lot of you. He has been downgraded in pace. Umtiti is rapid as a defender, and he's gone from a 74 down to 72 pace. Shooting the same, passing the same, dribbling he's upgraded 1, and then he has had a massive bump in defending and physical. And what I'm really, really, really hoping for is that these huge bumps in defending for all these defenders is actually going to make a big impact on how they defend. The thing that I worry about is, again, how impactful chem styles are. For example, if we take Umtiti of last year, 82 defending on his 83 rated card, once you apply a shadow to him, he gets 98 slide tackle, 99 stand tackle, 96 interceptions and 95 marking. The only defensive stat that is off the mark is his heading accuracy at 82, but that is largely irrelevant heading accuracy. That's about when you win the header, who does it go to, where does it go? But because like crossing is so poor and in FIFA in general, and it hasn't been a staple of the game last year, heading accuracy was actually one of the least relevant stats in the defensive caliber. So although he's been given a massive defensive upgrade, we know Hunter cards and Shadow cards are going to reign supreme once again. because giving yourself the most pace just always seems to be the most important thing in FIFA. So what seems to have happened here is, yeah, we've had a nice big upgrade on his defending, but actually all we're going to be doing is wasting capped stats by applying a shadow to him to give him the pace boost, and it's going to be largely the same card, probably a worse card than it was last year, even though he's gone up 4 ratings because he's gone down some pace and the defending stats were already capped. And that's why I'm making the argument recently and debating a lot recently about the power of the chem styles. We need to see chem styles just reduced. It gives 90 concentrated in-game stats that are far too heavy, that turn players like an 83 Umtiti into the same player that an 87 Umtiti would be just because of the chem style. For me, I don't really rate that. Medium high work race is great. 6 foot tall is great. The physical upgrade is very nice. He's got a 1 dribbling upgrade as well. His reactions last year weren't great, so if he's got much better reactions this year, that'll be far better than having the pace, in my personal opinion. But yeah, again, I feel like we really need the full database to see what the in-games look like here. Next up, guys, we've got Hamšík. Actually, a favourite of mine from FIFA 17. Hamšík's team of the season in FIFA 17 was one of my favourite cards towards the back end of the game. He remains as an 87 rated. He keeps his 5-star, 3-star. Nice and tall at 6 foot with high medium work rates. He is actually a very good card. He again has been downgraded massively in pace from 74 down to 70. His dribbling remains, his shooting remains, his passing remains. And then he's actually been upgraded by 4 defending and downgraded by 1 physical, which again is common to what we've seen. But this is actually a good card in my opinion. Even with the pace downgrade, he's going to be a very, very good outside centre mid. You could even use him at cam, but I think as a box-to-box midfielder, he's going to be even more utilised for you because he's just so incredibly well-rounded. And 1 or 2 informs for this guy is going to make him super, super overpowered. And once again, it's a Serie A player that's just going to be so good. I'm very excited. Next up, guys, we have got Romelu Lukaku. We are nearly at the end, guys. We are nearly there. Apologies again for taking so much time of your day up. So Lukaku's been upgraded from an 86 to an 87. He's still got the 4-star, 3-star, which is fantastic. He's actually had some major upgrades in some areas. He's gained 6 passing and 3 physical, which I think is very, very fair. He's also gained 1 pace point, but Lukaku, very much like Immobile, is kind of a different beast because he has insane sprint speed, but really low acceleration. And then again, because of the Hunter Chem style, he goes up to 99 sprint speed. His 86 card from last year that was 83 base pace goes up to 99 sprint speed and 91 acceleration. That is rapid. And he gets 99 positioning, 99 finishing, 98 shot power. Other than the fact that he's got really low agility and balance, he's got good composure, good reactions. I'm actually really surprised we didn't see Lukaku more last year because this is a card that just fits the meta other than agility and balance. But then you look at Ronaldo and Bale, they also have super low agility and balance. Maybe not Ronaldo with agility, but balance definitely. And, you know, this with a pace upgrade, this could be a beast card. With the passing upgrade, with the physical upgrade, this could be a beast card. He has also had a 1 dribbling upgrade, which could be nice. Generally speaking, I feel like this could be a really, really overpowered card. Next up, guys, we have got Racket Itch, and you know exactly what I'm going to be saying right here because I can see it already without even having to know about it. He's been downgraded in pace, of course he has. Not only that, he's been... Oh, no, wait. I'm looking at the wrong card. So he's been downgraded in pace. His shooting remains. He's had a passing upgrade. His dribbling remains. He has been upgraded massively in defense from 60 to 72. And he's been upgraded physical 66 to 69. You know, this is a good card. I don't think people will use it or utilize it because he's got low pace. But this is a good, well-rounded card. I think EA mistake people for not running that can't run. You know, Rakitic he pulls the strings in midfield, but he does bomb forward a lot, even for Croatia in the World Cup. Like you saw him like running down the right-hand side quite a lot. I don't think 62 pace is fair. We're going to have to wait and see for the game for that one, guys. And then Gerard Piq, oh my God, they have crucified Gerard Piq, haven't they? Fair play. I mean, he already was unusable with 65 pace. He's been downgraded to 55 pace. His defending has gone up 1. His physical same, passing, shooting, dribbling the same. This is the same card, but they've cut his feet off. That's what this is. They're like, PK apparently just lost a couple of feet, in the World Cup or something like that. I don't know. Totally unusable. Totally unreasonable for like PK is one of the best defenders in world football, and he's got a card that says he's one of the worst defenders in world football. I don't know, man. I don't think that's very fair to him at all, but that's where we're at. And then we get Mbappe, a huge player here. 87 Kylian Mbappe. If we look at his card last year, he came in at an 83, upgraded to an 84. He had more special cards than you can count, and he now has one of the most overpowered cards in the game. 87 rated, 96 pace. Again, for wingers, a huge pace upgrade from 91 to 96, and it's thoroughly deserved. He is exceptionally fast. He's also been upgraded from 86 to 89 dribbling. He's been downgraded in his physicals from 74 to 72. He's gone from 75 to 79 passing. His shooting remains at 81, which actually I think is a little harsh. I think he should probably have a little higher shooting than that. We'll have to see what his penalties and volleys are, and his long shots. But his positioning, finishing, and shot power should be relatively high. But with 4-star weak foot and 5-star skill moves, obviously the upgrade in skill moves from Mbappe from 4-star to 5-star, that card is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. And I think he's going to be one of those early game cards that you see in a lot of the super teams. And then finally, guys, 88 rated Thiago Silva. Obviously had a whole bunch of upgraded cards last year. Had a team of the season and inform. What's interesting for Thiago Silva is he's getting on a bit at 33, 34. He'll be 34 in like a couple of weeks' time. And for some reason, EA actually haven't been terrible with his pace. Yes, he's had a downgrade, but he's only been downgraded from 72 to 71. So it's a weird one because they've cut the feet off of so many players because of age or because they're downgrading pace in general. But Thiago Silva has been largely untouched there. He has dropped 4 dribbling points. But the rest of his card is basically the same. You know, it's still going to be an unused card because of the league that it's in. What Thiago Silva struggles with, what we don't really get much out of from this game, is that he's got high work rates and he's only 6 foot tall. So he's very hard to fit into teams. Maybe with Mbappe being so good, maybe we'll actually see a lot of PSG or French league players down that right-hand side. Maybe he'll become good. You know, if Munir has got a good card at right back, or if Dani Alves hasn't been crucified for pace at right back, we could end up seeing, Thiago Silva used more this year, but I'm not necessarily sure on that. But that, guys, is the final card. Let me know in the comment section down below your favourite 3 from this set of 20 players. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.